Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Black Legacy. Me and Dr. Mario are here, and you know what we talking about. We getting into it because a lot of people aren't ready for it yet, and it's already here. What are we talking about, Dr. Mario Wallace?
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Today, the topic is deep fake. Deep fake, which is an interesting topic, um, given that today artificial intelligence have consumed everything we do. And uh, this topic today get into more of different concepts where we can actually someone can actually capture my voice, 10 seconds of this actual podcast recording, take my voice and an image of me and create a whole video where people would actually think it's me and actually use it for marketing, selling, and all type of thing, even fraud. So
Yeah, that
this is
part.
a really a topic that's very important, very critical to organizations, individuals, politicians, and specifically educators and attorneys.
So I was thinking about what we were talking about with this deep fake. Because the name really tells everything. It's a deep fake. But so we get these marketing calls, and I've been getting an excessive amount of marketing calls. And if I feel like they're trying to get me to talk long enough to do a deep fake.
Wow, wow, wow! I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think they're trying to
Yeah,
get me to
yeah,
talk
yeah,
long enough to do a deep fake. And you don't have to go to the bank anymore. You can just call the bank.
yeah, yeah.
So I hurry up and hang up myself. I see scam likely. I see anything like that. I normally don't pick up, but it's the numbers that don't come through like scam likely because I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any clients or anything coming through the phone. And so I'll pick up the phone and all of a sudden you can't understand what they're saying. I'm sorry. Can you speak up? And I start thinking about it, and I don't want to get deep faked out. So
And I'm just going to piggyback off what you said. Just imagine an elder who's at home alone, who answers the phone, who's having a conversation, not understanding anything about deep fake, and someone calls her and records her vocals and uses her vocals for anything like affecting her, accessing her bank accounts, her bank records, her social security accounts, or anything. Right? It's easy for people today using a lot of these deep fake technologies, AI technologies, to do a lot of fraud, a lot of scamming, and a lot of crime. So today we just need to just jump in and really help everybody understand what this is about deep fake and how impactful it can be both negatively and positively for us and society as a whole. With that, I want to give a definition of what deep fake really is, so people can just get a baseline on what it is as we go through this conversation today. So deepfake is a synthetic medium or media that's video, audio, image, or text created or altered using artificial intelligence, especially deep learning techniques to make it look and sound real when it's not. I think I mentioned to you, I think I asked you last week was what was Diana Ross's daughter name?
yeah.
You said, "Man, you supposed to know that name." You supposed to know. And for some reason, there's a lot of deep fake pictures of her on
All over the place.
internet. So
All over the
I
place.
don't know, do she have the right phenotype, the right look, the right whatever? But for some reason, everybody is using her face and placing her face on different bodies
Yeah.
as a deep fake. They show her face on one side of the screen, the other side they show her body,
Yeah.
which
Okay, so
which
you've seen the same ones. It's like two pictures, boom, boom. Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
I've seen a million of them now.
And I read some of the comments and people say, "Wow, she has gained a lot of weight, man. She's really." she's really she has a lot of curves now, and even though she does anyway, but more, and it's because their lack of understanding of what deepfake is,
Right.
and that's why they comment that way.
Yeah. So it's like real time face swapping, real time body swapping. It's they can just lift you off the surface of anything and put you over here and put you over there. And so it's even happening in politics right now with Donald Trump. It's are me and you really here right now is the real question.
That's true. That's
Are
true.
we
That's true.
really talking about this right now, or is it a deep fake?
Or is it deepfake? That's right. The thing about the technology is so good that you and I can record each other for 4 or 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean from our mannerism, body language, and things like that, our voice, our inflections, and upload that information to an application. And from that application, we can start adding text to it. And from the text that we're typing in, it's a concept called text to voice, where the text, the actual images will start to have those conversation, and they will move exactly the way we move. In a sense, some of it is kind of off, but it takes people to really uh, uh, peel back the layers and really get a closer look to see, are the images moving naturally like we move. But we can actually create a whole training program, or a whole 10 episodes of a podcast just using text in our images, from waist up, without having to actually do the recording ourselves.
Yeah. So the real question is, are we really here right now?
Are we here?
Now I am here. I am here, but I will tell you, like this can get both positive and negatively. It changes the world. It changes the entire atmosphere of AI. I think you sent me something earlier today where it was a dog, but it wasn't a dog.
Was
Like
it?
it was like a
Okay.
robotic dog.
Yes, yes,
And
yes, yes.
it's like, okay, these are the new pets. You
And the pets have voices, right? They
Yeah.
have human voices. It sounds like it came from a central station or something, security. But if you read the comments more, of the information in the caption, it says that that is a synthetic voice that was programmed. Now, and that segues into something that Timberland did recently.
Yes.
So Timberland has an AI. He called it AI pop. He has an AI artist. Her name is Tata, and her voice is a synthetic version of multiple voices that he created in the studio. She's an actual image
Mhm.
where he can actually create videos of her. She looks Asian. Um, she's part of this deepfake concept, so she falls under the same umbrella as deepfake. Uh, his his strategy to start to develop AI pop has infringed on a lot of uh, conversations
Yeah.
in the hip hop industry, as well as the music industry, as well as Hollywood, where you have people like Jay Z's engineer Guru, uh, and Will I Am. Both of them have come out and made harsh statements about him using that, and saying that you're about to affect contracts, the way contracts are written today. You're about to affect artistry. If people start to get uh, uh, into these AI artists with these perfect voices,
Yeah.
then what happened to the Beyoncés, the Jay Z's of the world, the
So
Kanye's?
so in saying that, he almost opens up a bag of on himself for producing.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? Because if it goes that far, and I understand where the artists are coming from, but um, right now there's no regulation on it, right?
There's no regulations. That's
And
right.
he is signing the artist which is one of the questions I had for you, right? So he is signing the artist. He's not creating the artist. He said he signed the artist.
But he created the art. He created the vocals too,
But who is he
and
paying?
he created the vocals, and he created the beat, the track, and the beat that the artist is singing over.
So who is he paying then? Since he signed them, who does he sign that he pays and they receive monies?
But,
So is it a LLM?
well, that's the same thing. That's the question. See, right now there is what we call ethical concerns as well as contractual concerns for the music industry. Right, what they're saying right now is who get the royalties.
Yes, that's
Where
what
do the royalties go? Or do they go
I
back to
was going.
Timberland? He
That's what
signed
I
the
was going.
artist. Do Timberland get the royalties? Do Timberland get the masters? Do Timberland, what does that really look like going forward? And how to do that? Think about this for a second. Drake uh,
He
did a
did
deep fake
Tupac.
of Tupac's voice,
That
and
was, and it was
the
clever.
industry shunned.
It
It
was
was it was
clever.
it was clever, and it sound both like Tupac and sound like Snoop
Snoop
Dogg,
Dogg.
right?
Snoop Dogg came out the next day and was like, "Did I do it or did you know?" Like I thought it was Snoop Dogg, and I knew it wasn't Tupac, obviously, but
Yes.
I really thought Snoop Dogg had his hand in that because it really sounded like Snoop Dogg. And so, does Drake get the credit for having the first AI artist?
Well, he could, but Tupac estate decided to sue him, so they sent a cease and desist. So he had to, if you notice, it's not on the internet anywhere anymore. So he pulled.
Find it if I'm looking for it, but it's not on his page.
Yeah, he pulled it down. Because that wasn't a conversation no more in the beef in the rap beef between him and Kendrick. But
I thought
uh,
it was an amazing attempt. I mean, like that was one of my favorite songs out of that entire exchange. Was that one.
it was clever, it was innovative, but it was going somewhere that we have no guardrails and regulations.
Yeah,
That's the scary part, and that's the thing about deepfakes. The scary part is right now we're in the wild wild west.
it is.
It's right now I can take an image of a video of Barack Obama, and just hypothetically speaking, I can place Barack Obama in England today. I can show him exiting the plane with his family, and talking to the media using his actual voice through
Right.
deepfake. And most people would think, except for the tech people, except for the ones who are doing some real research and they're verifying before they make comments, would think that it's an actual authentic video of Barack Obama.
Yeah. And so so that works both ways, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Just to be clear, so like this could really hurt like terrorist acts and uh, placing people places they could put Donald Trump in North Korea versus South Korea. Talking, you get what I'm saying? Like they can, they can put this interview in and tagline "Earn your leisure," and it'll look like we're all having a conversation together, even though we
That's
don't know
that's
those
true.
guys.
That's true. That's true.
Like that's a huge. It's a benefit. It's like the Jay-Z album, "The Gift and the Curse."
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, there's definitely there's pros and cons for deep fakes, right? And there's technology. There are technologies. It's almost like the technology exists, and we should use it in a way to advance our products and our businesses, things that we want to do. But some people get certain good ideas and good technology and use it in the negative.
hmm
Uh, and right now, I know you've probably seen. So there's a young guy in your city. His name is Yaki Awakening.
yeah, yeah.
He has made a lot of videos.
hmm
And today, if you go on TikTok, a lot of the videos of him is not his voice. If you watch closely, the words are not aligned when he speaks. They're not. You can tell that it's his voice because through a deep fake, all you need is 10 seconds of a person's voice to clone
Right.
his voice.
hmm
So the voice is cloned, a perfect clone, but he's moving, and his lips are not moving the right. Sometimes his lips are off, and it's more of a cheap defect that someone is doing, but it can create a negative brand for him. It can take if he's saying something totally against anything that he said that is not scientifically in the things that he's doing. It can put a negative stereotype out there for him as a brand. So that's what that's the fear, and that's the scary part of deep fakes and things that we're experiencing today.
Right. So at the end of the day, how can you protect yourself? I mean, this is something that's going to probably continue until there are guardrails. How can like an older person protect themselves, or how can I mean, how can we protect ourselves on this podcast with a deep fake? Are there solutions available yet, or are we all just
So we're in the wild. We're in the actual wild west. Now there are policies that are out there. Nothing is concrete, but there are some standards, and I'm gonna give you one for example. Give you one for example. What they're doing. There's something called C2PA, and it's Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity. Uh, so this is a concept that was developed by Adobe, Microsoft, Intel, BBC, and others. Right when deepfake became a real issue, they came together and they created this. It's almost like a policy, right? Um, uh, and it's called C2PA. It attaches metadata to encrypted graphic signatures in media on video, images, and things like that. um, you can actually they can go in and determine who created the deepfake, what device it was created on, the IP, has it been edited multiple times, what tools were used in this particular deepfake, right? So this is a concept, right? They can look at photography, photos, videos, audio, and that's why when you see things on the media don't necessarily respond to it right away. They have a delayed response because they have to first find out, is it a deep fake? This particular concept that they've come up with helps them to narrow down, uh, is it a deep fake? Is it misinformation, fake news like the administrators use all the time? Has it been altered and so forth? Now, when it comes to society, man, the only thing we have to do, we have to be more vigilant in organizations as well, as when we see things, especially uh, if it's something, if you get a call from somebody and they say, Emery, I saw you on a video and you were saying things out of character,
yeah,
right? So you have to comb the internet more about yourself as a individual citizen. You have to intentionally search your name and your brand content consistently to see if anything out there
it's
that
different.
people are using that's altering what you're saying, your that's altering your brand, your character, and your image, because it wouldn't take for this video for the things that we're discussing now to go viral. And if it goes viral, hopefully it will. Within a week or two, there will be some deep fakes, uh, 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 YouTube shorts on what we're talking about today.
Right. And we didn't create them.
And we didn't create them.
That's what I'm talking about right there. So you always have to be aware of your brand. Well, and this is just for the regular person, though, that you have to be aware, because somebody could do a deep fake on you, throw it up on TikTok, and now you're fired.
And you're fired. That's right. That's
You
right.
can
That's
do
right.
anything. You don't even know what it is yet. And so you always have to be verified. So how can this hurt? How can this hurt the judicial system? You think? Do you see the court cases climbing?
So I'm gonna give you, for instance, like okay, for instance, like and this right here goes for, and I'm gonna give a shout out to one of my friend Terry Reynolds, who was a compliance attorney and with Levitate Legal in Montgomery, Alabama, and Birmingham, Alabama as well. She's a perfect person to have a conversation about this actual topic here. Um, but let me give more. Let me get more specific about attorneys, right? Um, Defamation. There is something called, I think it's called the Lamb Act of false endorsements, copyright infringement, trademark infringement, the legal status of things. They have a law called Take It Down. Was an act, Take It Down Act, for NCII. So the Take It Down Act it's like a cease and desist. Once an organization identify deepfake, they can send it to the IP of the person who posted it, and they will have to take it down within a certain period of time. Um, this is something they can use to get into a courtroom, especially if it damaged their brand. But the problem is it really hasn't been adjudicated, right? It's really not any. It's not a law. It's not a law for it.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah. So although they give organizations the right to send more of a cease and desist based on the Take It Down Act, there is no law that supports it.
Okay. So that's where this could be difficult, especially for like the Hollywood superstars out there, taking their likeliness and using it for deception, right?
For deception. A lot of what they're saying now for organizations excuse me, for the judicial system as it relates to organization and legal teams, they're saying that today they need forensic experts, digital forensic experts,
Yeah.
to be able to authenticate anything that's coming out. Listen, we, just based on the research we've done, uh, uh, just if we take it back, because this particular Take It Down Act was an act that was established in May of 2025.
So, yeah.
2025. This is new,
Yeah.
right? So everything all about this deepfake is kind of new, especially for attorneys. And if you are an attorney, you have to study deepfake. You need to do a deep study on deepfake and get your organization prepared, your legal firm prepared to be able to litigate anything around this concept of deepfake.
And then while
But
we're talking about that real quick, just to go back to what you just said, because uh, the layoffs are still coming. What was that particular job, forensic? That
a forensic expert, a digital forensic expert
that is a job.
that's a job. You know what? And that is a job.
No,
That
not
is a
only is
job
it a job, but it's a job that's going to be needed
that's
because
going to be needed. Yeah.
so if you are in law enforcement, if you are in anything that has to do with AI and law enforcement, that is the job for you. It's going to pay. It's going to be a career because AI is not going anywhere. And we're showing you how you people are going to be using this tool for you to stay gainfully employed. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give you a couple of things. So for what attorneys can do, right? Is like I said, you have the platform called Takedown. Maintain chain of custody, hash files, and capture metadata as it relates to C2PA, and retain a digital forensic expert to authenticate anything that's out there. Proactively structure consent and likeness agreements, and training data license, including warranties uh, around AI generated content, and take emerging federal measures, meaning no fake proposals, and help to involve or evolve state laws and update client and incidents according to what they're finding out there. So attorneys have to stay vigilant, as well as organizations. When it comes to organizations, it's about policy. Organizations need to write new policies around deepfake.
So can they do that through executive order through Trump?
Trump can, yes, Trump can he can establish an executive order around this whole topic that we're speaking, but individual organizations need to get on top of this themselves. So
What's the
higher
likelihood?
education.
'Cause that would be the fastest way is to get a executive order. What's the likelihood, just knowing the administration and how they move, what's the likelihood that he would just do something like that off the wall?
Yeah, that it seems like, given that Trump talk about fake news all the time, and we've seen it, and there's a whole lot of fake videos of Trump today. Um, I think that it seemed like they will be on top of something like this.
Yeah, you think he would have already did it?
It seemed like they would have already uh, 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 written an executive order to address deepfakes, but
He
they
also
haven't.
uses deep fakes to his advantage, though, to a certain degree. So
Yeah,
it probably helps the administration more than it hurts the administration, I guess, to a certain degree, because it's only one him that's getting defaked, but it's millions of his adversaries and warlords that are getting defaked that works for him. So
that's right.
you
And
got
you
to
know
look
what
at the good with the bad.
and as you were saying about someone, calling you, holding you, on the phone, it could be an opportunity to create a deep fake. What it was, and it goes back to the public. It says that if someone is calling you and trying to hold you on a conversation, just hang the phone up, because there's a possibility that they can be cloning
Your
your
voice.
voice. Hang the phone up. It may sound trivial, but that can save your assets, your financials, and possibly your life. So hang the phone up. Uh, here's another thing. You can receive a phone call that's a deep fake from your own child.
Yeah.
You may think it's your child. An older person receive a phone call, or just anybody, because a lot of us don't understand and don't know about deepfakes. Receive a phone call and it says, "Hey mom, hey dad, I'm here. I'm in New York. Whatever's going on. When did you go to New York? Why did you never talked to us about going to New York?
Yeah.
Please, well, let me call. No, don't call me right now on FaceTime. It just, I really need some money, mom. I really need some money. Can you please cash out me at this is my new cash app." We have to be careful, because voice cloning is has been perfected, and you would not be able to truly distinguish your son or daughter's voice from a deep fake.
And so with the deep fake, now they could possibly do a video call and really
Yeah.
faked out. So yeah, they could FaceTime you right now and have you all the way faked out. Like it's a real deep fake here. They're coming for all of it.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, there are positives in it, and so I guess we should go over the positives because we're going over the cons, and I mean, it can have an economic benefit as far as if you're a business owner, you can now be in two places at once or three places at once if you do it right, which we were already discussing with AI with different AI agents, N8N and Crew AI. Really, that's just another version of you being somewhere else that your mind at least, not your whole.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Not a cloning of you, but yeah, there's definitely a positive, right? So just imagine, it's like I was saying, if somebody wanted to do podcasts, and they were introverted. Just imagine someone was introverted. It has a lot of information, very smart. You can have a conversation with that person as your friend, and they can have a real deep conversation with you, but they just don't like getting in front of cameras. I have several friends, especially young ladies who I've known forever, who just don't like talking in front of a camera, right? What they can do, they can actually go to a more of a deep fake platform, record themselves for maybe 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes, and their voices for less than 10 seconds, uh, and actually create content, so they can just upload text to that and just create them a 10 to 15 episode podcast.
Yeah.
They can be talking to somebody. They can create two people, them and somebody else on the podcast consistently, or they can add a third or fourth person, and they can create a podcast. And they can be just continue to be doing what they're doing. Just they can go, they can use Chat GPT to write them scripts for podcasts.
Yeah.
Right. They can use Claude or Chat GPT or Gemini to write those scripts. They can upload those scripts to their deepfake technology platform, and they can have their face and their image and their brand, and they can actually create a podcast. They can also create online training.
Right.
So, I can use Emery, I could use you for training on several of my topics on my website, where I just use your image or voice. We agree to that, and I add different scripts from ChatGPT or whatever other LLM platform I use to create the scripts as it relates to my topic, feed it into a technology, any of these deepfake technologies, and there it is. I have 10 or 15 training or lectures about my content that's totally a deepfake.
And so, like, the people that go to school online, right? The people that go to school online, can they deep fake?
So, what? Let me ask you: Is the question, because I teach? So you're saying that
Yes, you
one
do.
of my students
Because your
could be
student deep fake
on
you out.
video as if he or she is in class, but is not actually not there.
That or taking the test, all of it. It's all right there.
Well, even taking the test, let's go there. Let's go a little deeper with that. Even taking the test and using the deep fake. Remember now, deep fakes and AI agents and all this agentic technology has cognition and intelligence based on these LLMs, chatbox, Chat GPT, Claude, Yama, all those different. Well, if you take that person and plug them into this deep fake, and you plug that deep fake, give it a brain of a Chat GPT, it can ace all the tests that's ever that
I'm
that
sure
it
on
ever
yours
has
they would
taken.
have to use Grok.
Yeah,
Can't use Chat GPT for you, buddy.
so yeah, they can definitely no, it can definitely happen.
Yeah.
Um, but let me give you some different tools. I kind of researched some of the top 5 tools that people can use as far as creating addressing the topic that we're speaking on today. So there's something called Synthesia, which is a text to video. As I said, you can use Chat GPT to create your text, your script, and upload it, and you can identify multiple different uh, images of people.
Hmm.
Images, people. There's several different. You can choose different people from in different accents, or you can actually upload yourself to it and use your voice, but you can choose other people as well, for your training video, for your podcast, things like that. So it talks, it has avatars, and it uses and it speaks in over 140 languages.
Wow.
That's how large the library
That's
is.
going to be a great tool for trainers then. So
Trainers.
they can upload to Germany, the Netherlands, everywhere. Uh, Japan, China, South Korea, North Korea. That would be an awesome tool. We'll talk more about that one later.
Okay, then you have HeyGen Face Swap. So that's a more of a lip sync translation, right? Because of today, basically, you can take a picture, and add motion from them as if the picture is speaking. You can actually convert the picture into like a real life person, right?
Okay.
So it does lip sync translation, voice cloning, uh, turnkey deepfake fake marker, and multilingual marketing clips that people can use for marketing and so forth. There's another one is D as in David hyphen ID, is a speaking portrait, a talking head video. So talking head video is like what we're doing right now from our chest up, right?
Yeah.
So you can actually convert portraits into live uh, uh, images, videos where it seems like the portraits are speaking, talking head videos. So it's text to audio, API for automation and so forth, an e-learning presentation. Then you have Face Lab,
Yeah.
which is advanced face swap toolkit used for research and so forth. So research and experiment. So educators and researchers and scientists can actually use this uh, for any type of research that they can align their research goals to this. And then you have 11 labs, which is a high quality voice cloning debugging with safety gate technology for creating new characters and new voices um, for anything like for movies. You can actually use this for movies. You can actually, like here's the thing, and we talked about it in maybe two podcasts before the replacement concept, or we can say replacement theory. So today we have a lot of uh, animated characters
Yeah.
that we use different voices from people in Hollywood, like Eddie Murphy does a lot of different voices, Jamie Foxx, Rihanna. Well, today, through this 11 Labs technology, you can create voices where Hollywood does not necessarily need to bring in a lot of superstars. They can build their characters around maybe one or two superstars, and the rest of the voices are from deepfake technologies.
So that's sort of like what Timberland's doing.
And
So are these
yes.
open source or closed source technology launch pads?
So the only one that I noticed is open source at this point is Deep Face Lab.
Deepfakes Lab.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, that's
open
the
source.
open source.
So what does that mean for the average person? How would that help them use that?
So if you, especially you're a tech or engineer, when it comes to open source, so you have two types of platforms, tech platforms. You have proprietary and you have open source. Proprietary technology means uh, you have to take it for what it is. As you, if you are a tech person, you can't go in and start to build your own platform off of that platform.
Right.
Uh, Open source means that it's open to the public, so you can go in, you can get a license to build your own platform off of their platform. You can actually establish a business, a LLC, a S corp off your the things that you've added to their. So you take the brain of their platform and you can
Memory and
build
all of that.
yours based off of their brain source as
Hmm.
it relates to a deep fake, and you can create your own uh, uh, technology. So open source is you can edit, you can change certain things within the coding, not to the actual coding for the platform, but the part that you're trying to build off of their platform.
So you're using some of the tokens and brain of it, and you building your own LLC. What's like a quick business that maybe a entrepreneur that's trying to come up in the game? What's a quick business they can license and make off of that open source there? Do you can you think of anything?
So it's just okay. Let's take it this way. So let's think of it if it was hip hop.
Hmm.
So just imagine I can plug into it and I can create hip hop voices, right? So for I can work with like a person like Benny Siegel. So Benny Siegel said his vocals, something is going on with his vocals.
Yeah, he got shot, right? And then
Okay, okay. I see. I didn't know exactly what happened to him,
hmm
but he said he can't go out and tour like he used to.
yeah.
He has a real gritty. It sounds painful at some point when he interviewed, but he said he doesn't have that Benny voice anymore. People like that, or again back to a Tupac,
The
or back to a
DLC
Nipsey.
and yeah, when he did that motorcycle accident.
So if I'm a music producer, if I'm a Timberland, if I'm not a music producer, if I'm just a guy like both of us, I can create a platform around certain voices and work with them to fine tune their voices so they can extend their careers, their music careers.
So, and you saying that, especially with Benny Siegel, he's coming out with a new album with Jadakiss.
But the reason I said it was because he said he used a deep fake.
He said that he did.
He said that he took his voice from the years of the Rockefeller. He took his voice, he plugged his voice into a deep fake, and he came up with it. And so he was able to write vocals and upload the vocals, and it gave him the cadences he needed in the studio where he didn't have to rap those lyrics. It sounds just like the old Benny Siegel.
So, in saying that he's okay with it, means that. So, how can they really take the like what Drake did then? Because how can they take what he did with Tupac and Snoop Dogg and make him take it down if Snoop Dogg didn't complain? He's a living rapper.
Yes, if Snoop Dogg didn't complain, that's one part. But Tupac's uh, family got involved, and they sent the cease and desist.
But
But
was
I
it
can
legal? There's nothing illegal about what he did, right?
no, there is no law. There is no you got to take it down act that was established in May of 2025. I think that was before the end.
Yeah, that
But
was like last year. So they probably started that because he did that, because that was the only instance where you can really. So what about the times where and I know you heard about it, where Tupac was a hologram at shows.
that at the time they couldn't have had any uh established laws around how they could if that was even possible for them to do that. So but I it's the same thing. That's like a deep fake too.
It
That
is.
that would fall into the same category. But um, I think Drake. What was Tupac's mother alive at the time?
Not sure. I don't think so. No, I don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I don't think so. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
she's
So
been gone a couple of years.
yeah, yeah. So we're walking on eggshells right now. I
Yeah,
mean, from holograms to voices to now
to pets.
to pets. So like Benny Siegel and anybody I can imagine. Listen, this give new life to Benny Siegel. This
Yes,
give new life to the DOC.
yes,
This can give new life to families like Aaliyah, like Left Eye, like Tupac, like Biggie Small. This can give new life, but we have to have some type of laws that can help protect the name, likeness, and images and of in the copyright and trademarks of these individuals and these companies.
right. And so that we've showed ways where they help you, and we showed ways where they're harmful. But it's all things that's going to be coming down the pipeline. That some of it's already here, and it's going to be more of it. So the key to this podcast is to make you aware, and in some cases, get you ahead. Me and you both watched the podcast this week where there was other a podcast host on there talking about how this is kind of like ground zero.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so what's the John Hope Bryant, Van Jones, and I think the third person name was Sheldon. Um, they addressed it. I mean, they did a great job in discussing that we're at ground zero as a for the first time. His name is Sheldon Gilbert, a microbiologist. Um, that we're at ground zero when it comes to artificial intelligence. Said that since slavery to Reconstruction to Jim Crow, we've never had an opportunity to be in the digital software divide that took place years ago. We never had a place where we are on the ground level. There's opportunities. There is a lot of opportunity today that we can take advantage of, but we have to get involved. We have to start educating ourselves on artificial intelligence. We have to start using the tools that's available to augment our skills to become what they said, even on their podcast. They said, in order to compete today and in the future, you have to become a superhuman.
He
A
has a partner.
superhuman.
And here's another thing that you have to get certified in these things. Don't get a certificate of achievement, get a certification, just like you would if you went to be a plumber or electrician. Get certified, get a piece of paper that says, I do this better than anybody else. Because that is what's going to, you need to hold on to that piece of paper for dear life. That's going to be worth just as much to you as a degree in a 4-year college.
Warren Buffett said last week that he just don't know how valuable a degree is anymore. When it comes to the new AI economy that we're in today, he's like, how valuable is it when we can learn coding, and we can learn how to use all these AI technology at our disposal. So as you were saying, uh, certification courses that's available through the different platforms. I mean, go out and take these courses, learn as much as you can, enroll into these uh, Coursera and Udemy courses. They're available for you to get your certification, and expand your knowledge of what all of this is. As Van Jones said, we're at ground zero, and this is the new, as John Hope normally say, the new silver right. This is the new silver right, because now we directly have access to different technology. We're the ground. We're on the ground floor, and we can use these technologies to uh, augment our skills in corporate, in small business entrepreneurship, uh, uh, and just in day to day, just being able to uh, uh, use AI chatbots as our assistants to help us accomplish our goals.
Exactly. Exactly. And right now, you have the exact same opportunity as the next person. And you don't have to be super smart to get a
That's right.
certification. You don't have to be super smart. You have to use what you learn to be successful right now. It's not going to take you 4 years. I saw a course. The longest course I've seen on it is like 1 year, and you may have seen more, but you can get like a 1 year really intense course and really learn some of the, and don't forget, when you're getting this, you're going to have to keep going to some degree, because this technology is changing constantly. So you get caught up, and then you have to stay caught up
You,
constantly.
you
Stay
gotta
up.
stay. You gotta stay connected to it. You can't, because you, like you said, it's changing. Even the course I took, like a Python course, the professor said, "Oh, by the way, there will be a new concept for this in the next 3 months. So please continue to code, continue to do what you're doing. But the way I'm teaching you today, we have a new program that's going to make it way easier than how I'm teaching you today. But and if you don't stay relevant, you're going to be coding in a way that's outdated with the new
And they're not
things
hiring
that come.
those people now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, here's the thing. We talked about Claude. So there's two parts to Claude chat box. One part is Claude Code, and Claude is more like a regular chatbot like Chat GPT. But Claude Code is for software engineers. It
Hmm.
helps them. It helps them to perfect their coding. So it's a chat assistant. It's an AI assistant. The Claude Code is an AI assistant for software engineers. So if you're a software engineer, you definitely need to, and if you're a young person that's wanting to go into software engineering, you need to definitely uh, uh, either get a subscription or a free account to Claude Code,
Right.
so it can help you to develop programs, applications, and so forth.
Coding right now is where you need to be at, but you need to get into these courses so that you can be certified, not certificate, certified in these times this is what's going to be the jobs, and it's not going to be minimum wage jobs. These jobs are going to pay real money.
They're gonna,
It's a career.
yeah, yeah. So the thing about certifications and certificates is the confusing piece to most is they're closely related to each other in spelling, right? So most people look at a certificate as a certification. So the thing about a certificate is a certificate of completion. If you take a workshop over the weekend, you may get a certificate of completion.
Right.
That is not a certification. Certification is way more involved than a certificate. Certification, you have to I mean, there are projects attached to certification. There are test exams attached to
Hours.
certification. There's a lot, and there's a certain amount of hours you got to put in for the certification.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm gonna give an example. I got the Kaplan and Norton certification about 2016, and it was a 2-week boot camp that I attended, and but and we it was so much content heavy, right? We had to leave that. We couldn't we had to sit for a 2-hour exam,
Mm-hmm.
but we couldn't sit for the exam for 60 days. So they told us to take everything that we've learned in the books that they gave us text books, walk away, go home, take a deep breath, read through these textbooks, and get prepared. The test was 2 hours, proctor test in front of a computer. We had to write 2 essays, and we had to answer 200 questions.
God.
And
Yeah.
they were graded by professors at Harvard University, right? Um, a lot of people fail the certification exam, but I'm just trying to give you a clear understanding of what is a certification. It is not a certificate. It's not a certificate of completion.
Completion.
It's
Exactly.
way more involved than what that is. It's almost like a degree. It's a discipline. It's an expertise. You're leaving there as an expert of a subject matter.
Exactly. When I got my coaching certificate, I was certified afterwards. I had to do 40 hours of consulting first before they would give it to me, and I had to
Mm-hmm.
prove it. And so, like, those are regular hours I had to do, document, get somebody to sign off on, and then that's how I knew I was certified.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Because I've seen people with the coaching certifications at when I was in University of Arkansas for medical sciences. There were like 6 people who were certified coaches. Well, let me say this first. They went to a training for a week and they came back. They had to coach so many people for so many hours. They had to share the videos with whoever was a part of the organization to show what they were doing so they can get feedback on their coaching sessions. But they had to do a whole lot. It was a whole lot of hours they had to build up before they can go back. And,
Yes.
and I don't know what they had to do after that. So
I
what's
had it took mine like 6 months. That's
uh-huh.
the program I was in. So first, you go through, you learn the information, then you take quizzes on that and tests, and then at the end you take the big test. But you have to have all those hours and stuff in before you take that big test before they give you the certification.
Yeah, yeah, and that's like project management certification, Lean Six Sigma certifications, and so for all those things, man, it's a lot of projects, a lot of hours, documented hours, and a lot of exams, and sometimes like essay, like I had to write, like I said again, 2 essays and complete 200 questions within 2 hours.
Yes, that's insane. Ooh, man, you said the book was this thick.
No, it was like 3 books,
That was
like
this thick.
300 to 400 pages each.
So there's no way right now in the way AI is that anybody's certifying anybody just in a weekend. You
No,
have to
no,
go to those courses that you're taking to really get that taken care of. And so you can get a certificate saying that you have basic knowledge, but you're
that's
not
right, that's
going
right.
out coding anything at the end of a 2 day seminar
No, no,
of AI. But
no,
me and you have been doing this a few weeks now, and I'm getting some main concepts, but there's no way I can learn what you know what you know about it. There's no way I can learn that in a weekend and be as knowledgeable as you. So I'm telling you, to the people listening, go get certified, because those are the jobs that are available. The forensic, what was that? Forensic, that's the new job.
Digital forensic, a digital forensic authentication position.
Yes. And so
Mm-hmm.
even in law enforcement, AI is definitely being used and needed. And so the whole point of me and Mario starting this whole podcast is to make, one, people aware of AI. Two, that you don't have to get fired because of AI. Partner with AI. Become aware of AI, be a partner with it. If you let AI own you, you will get rolled over. So don't let it own you. Go get certified. Go get the proper training to get certified and keep your job, or get a better one because you did something to be proactive during this time, because we are at ground zero right now. This is the real ground zero where everybody's on the same playing field. And if somebody with all this gray hair right here can go and learn more and be adaptable to society, because no matter what, life is ever changing. It's ever changing. Am I right, Mario?
That's right. It's ever changing.
And if it's ever changing, keep changing with it and become greater and better at what you do. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, AI is going to be in that industry with you. Get ahead of the game, partner with the game, and make it better for yourself.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
This was
Yeah.
brought to you by All Things Strategic.
Uh, yeah, that's right. All things strategic and uh, 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 in Canon sales. The thing is, hey, as Emery said, we're on the ground floor. There's a lot of opportunity for us. We have to partner with AI, artificial intelligence. So in order to partner with artificial intelligence, you have to go out and educate yourself. We go back and look at several videos, episodes we've done so far. We've named a lot of tools that you can actually learn. Go and learn those tools and practice those tools. And take some of these online courses if you can't, because they're at least expensive than in the classroom. But if you can't go to a physical institution, I would say if you were coding, trying to learn coding like Python or any of these other programs, you really it you can get a better outcome if somebody was assisting you and helping you through the process. But if not, man, take some of these courses and just be prepared and go out here and make a lot of money, because today this is giving us a leg up where we can compete, and we are innovative people. Let's do what we can to compete with the tools that we have.
Exactly. And we'll be back next week with some more information for you. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And do you have any final words? Because I've said all I could say today.
No, I think I've said a lot.
Yes, yes.
All I have to say is trust the process, trust in yourself. I know AI and technology may be challenging for a lot of people, a lot of us, because this is a field that we're not common. There's not a lot of us in this space, but with the tools that are out there today, take your time, figure out what works for you, and go out and do your best and just learn.
And if you do your best, you will always come up with some kind of result. And that's all you want, is a positive result. Don't stop yourself from being in a positive result age. Thanks a lot, Mario. I really appreciate you as usual, man.
Anytime. Anytime.
All right, guys. Bye for now.